You wake up, it's dark, your shelter is gone, not damaged, gone. The valley you slept in yesterday is buried under 30 feet of ash. The mountain didn't erupt violently, it just exhaled for weeks. And now everything you knew is covered. You're not in a movie. This isn't fiction. This happened around 74,000 years ago, and the humans who lived through it weren't prepared. They had no warning system, no evacuation plan, no government, no storage, just their instincts, their group, and whatever they could carry. The question is simple: how did anyone survive? Most people assume that ancient humans were tough, hardened, built for suffering, but that's not the whole story. Because the real danger of a catastrophic eruption isn't the fire, it's not the ash cloud, it's not even the poisonous gases, it's what comes after. Ash destroys plant life, it coats leaves, blocks photosynthesis, poisons water sources. Animals flee or die. The prey disappears, the plants die. And what you're left with is a landscape that looks alive, but is completely, silently hostile. You can walk for days and find nothing to eat. And here's the terrifying part: you look strong, you feel okay, you're moving, but your body is burning through reserves you don't have. And by the time hunger becomes unbearable, you're already too weak to hunt effectively. The ash doesn't kill you in an instant, it kills you slowly, quietly, while you're still walking. So what did they do? The first answer sounds obvious. They moved, but move where? Every direction looks the same. Gray, covered, quiet. Without landmarks, without maps, without any way to know which direction leads to food and which leads to more devastation, movement itself becomes a gamble. Move the wrong way, and you've burned your last calories for nothing. And here's the thing modern humans forget. These people had no shoes, no preserved food, no map. They were carrying children, elderly members, injured people. Movement wasn't a quick decision. Movement was an enormous, collective, potentially fatal commitment. So they had to choose, and they had to be right. What we know from the archaeological record is fascinating and strange. Human population around this time crashed. Some geneticists believe our entire species was reduced to a few thousand individuals, maybe fewer. We came closer to extinction than most people realize, but we didn't go extinct. A small number of groups made it. And when researchers started asking how, the answers weren't what anyone expected. It wasn't the biggest groups that survived. It wasn't the strongest individuals. It wasn't the best hunters. It was the groups with the best memory. Think about what memory means in a world with no writing. Everything your group knows about the landscape lives inside human minds. The elder who remembers where the river bends 20 miles south. The woman who recalls that after her grandmother's stories, there's a valley beyond the second ridge where ash never settles deep. The hunter who noticed 3 seasons ago that certain animals always move east when the sky turns strange. This is the knowledge that saved lives, not strength, not speed. Accumulated, stored, spoken, shared memory. In a world without technology, the most valuable thing a human being could carry was knowledge they didn't even know they had until the moment they needed it. And once they moved, another problem appeared immediately. New territory, unknown land. In the ancient world, territory wasn't empty. Other groups lived there, animals had already claimed certain zones, water sources were unpredictable, and you were the stranger, the outsider, the competitor. Arriving somewhere new didn't mean safety. It meant a new set of threats you'd never encountered before. So survival required something we don't often associate with prehistoric humans: diplomacy. The groups that survived weren't just physically resilient, they were socially intelligent. They could approach unknown groups without triggering violence. They could trade, they could share information, they could integrate. The humans who lived through that catastrophe didn't just survive, they became the ancestors of everyone alive today. Every person walking the earth right now descends from that tiny, terrified, ash-covered group who made the right decisions in the worst possible conditions. Their memory is your memory. Their instincts are your instincts. The next time you feel an urge to connect with people, to share what you know, to remember something important, to cooperate instead of compete, that's not weakness. That's the oldest survival strategy on Earth. And 74,000 years ago, it worked.